Good morning. Welcome to Morning Brew with Yes, it's your girl Germaine, and we are here on this Tuesday morning. How are you guys doing today? Uh, I hope fine. I hope fine. I'm doing good. Today, pretty much, we are going to be talking about our brew topic is your calculations matter. But before we get into that, can we just talk for a moment? Just a quick moment before we dive right into the plan, right? Into the coffee brew. So, um, we have officially launched our Builders Lab over in our school community. So, we'll talk a little bit about that today. But also, I finally made a decision. I'm going live on TikTok finally. Finally going live on TikTok, and it's going to start during the lunch hour. It's pretty much the morning brew, the spillover, but it's unscripted. It is real just talk. Let your hair, let your hair down. Look, just become free, liberated, and just dialogue and conversation. And so, but it's going to always still center around pour into purpose is always going to still center around the core, which is the power of our stories. But yes, today I am going to go live on TikTok. And you know what? At 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's the first, so listen, it's going to be what it's going to be, right? So actually what I was doing, I was trying to pull over my handle for TikTok live. Hold on, I got a lot going on here. Trying to get my handle for my TikTok live so I can put it into our chat. So if you are available during your lunch hour and you just want to stop by and really have some talk, really some conversation, some just whatever it's going to be, because I have to be honest, I have no idea. All I know is I said the third, I was going to show up on TikTok and just allow it to be organic, allow it to be freeing, and just kind of really touch base with you, reach out, really, see how people are doing, honestly, because it's not easy out here in these streets, with so much going on. People are got some real true concerns, people losing jobs and all that stuff. But over on TikTok, that's when we can really just dive in and just check the pulse. What's going on? Really, what's going on? Okay. All right. So right now, but let me focus on today's morning brew. Let's get into morning brew today, which is once again, your calculations matter. There are seasons in our life where you feel unseen. You might be in that season right now in your life. Everyone's at a different place. And so if you're chiming in, hold on, let me grab my coffee because rushing upstairs, I forgot to even get the top to my coffee. So we're going to sip this real slow so I won't burn myself. All right. But hold on, guys. Let me get it together. But if you are someone right now and you are chiming in, please chime in the comments if anything resonates with you. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get my coffee so I don't spill it. If anything resonates with you, but like I said, today it's about your calculations matter. And sometimes there are seasons in our lives where you just feel unseen. Do they see me? Why do I feel so visible? I'm here, but can you really see me? Even though you're doing the work and you're still being overlooked, right? You're making the adjustments, you're solving problems behind the scenes, but because you're not center stage, you question whether it counts. When I say this is speaking my story, yes, it is. Hold on, who chimed in? Good morning, Leslie. Good morning, Diane Knox Cooper. Good morning, ladies, my faithfuls, my faithfuls. Ladies, if you didn't hear me, I am officially going live on TikTok today at 12:30. It's unscripted. It is organic. And sometimes you may find me even lost because I have no clue how TikTok works, right? All I know is they invited me to come live a while ago. My husband has been on me talking about, you need to go live on TikTok. Stop just putting your clips over there. So you know what? I officially said March 3rd. Today is March 3rd, Women's Month. We gonna take the dive. Y'all diving in with me? Are you guys gonna dive in with me? Are you diving in with me over on TikTok at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, Tuesdays? And you know what? I'm not gonna put any limits or restrictions on myself. Nope, I'm not. I'm just going to show up, and whoever shows up with me, you know what? We're gonna talk about it. But there's a lot of heaviness right now on a lot of people right now. And so that's why I said TikTok will be that platform where it's not structured, it's it's unstructured. And I say unstructured is unscripted because it's really pouring out from the heart. That's what it's going to be. So I hope you guys are available at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time today to join me over on TikTok. And my handle is Morning Brew with Germaine over on TikTok. Um, I guess I'm going to pull up the link so I can actually put it in the listen, when I say figuring all this stuff out when it comes to TikTok, figuring it out. Right now, I'm in TikTok just trying to find my profile name so I can copy and paste it in here. And no, we're not going to make this morning brew about TikTok, but I'm just letting you know, just show up with me. Okay. All right. But let's get back into pretty much today's message. But ladies, thank you always showing up. All right, let's get back into our message. For those out there that are chiming in, please just stop by. Let me know that you're here, that you are in the comments. Just say hi. Give me some encouragement. Okay. Um, Thumbs up. I'll take it, Lynn. Thank you so much. All right, guys, hold on. Let me also set up my little scroll along the bottom because it's an opportunity for you to constantly see what's going on, like joining our school community at school.com/ morning brew with Germaine. Also, and how you can support us, by buying me a coffee if you like. It goes towards really giving back to those in the community and everything and helping to build a platform. So, what I'm doing now, as I am really distracting, Morning Brew with Germaine at Morning Brew with Germaine is my TikTok handle. It's that easy, I guess, right? So I guess that's what I'll type in my. Let me type that in the comments. Finesse, finesse, finesse. Hey, sis. Yes, my biological sister chiming in. Girl, I'm telling everybody I'm going live on TikTok. We're going to see how that happens, how that works out today. But 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be live. Let me just post it while it's on my brain. Join me on TikTok. Thank you guys for being so patient as I'm getting it together. Join me on TikTok at 12 today. Join me. Okay, guys. Listen. Wow, I can't wait to see this. That sounds like that's a joke behind that. Join me today on TikTok at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live at Morning Brew. Okay. All right. I'm a little slow with this, but thank you for just bearing with me. Here we go. Going live. Yes. All right. Let me put that up on the screen too, that you can. Yes. Morning Brew at Join Me Today, TikTok Live at Morning Brew with Germaine. Free after what? I know that is not happening, right? This StreamYard, or I don't know if it's my. All right, listen. Thank you, because this is not happening. Not that I just went through this whole thing with Verizon and Xfinity, with my service freezing up. to only get on a better service and now it's still freezing up. I don't even know if you can hear me right now. Let me know in the comments if you can even hear me still talking while I'm watching me freeze up. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me in the comments, okay? I'm I see myself freezing up. I do. Um, I know Xfinity is not having a problem. I did look outside. I saw some snow, so it is snowing up here again, but I am really frozen. Yeah. Okay. Yes, breaking up. Thank you. Yes, freezing up. Okay. So you can hear me, but yes, it is. So we can get through this message, so we can get through to more this brew today. All right. All right. Can you hear me? Am I back? I sound like I might be back in alignment. Just let me know, guys, if I am back in alignment so we can move forward and we can bring this to a close today. Okay, I just told one of my producers that, oh no, internet is great. Haven't frozen up, haven't had any problems, and here we go. Technology for you, right? All right, guys, let's get back into this message. We're not going to give it the power today. So, once again, our message today, our theme, our coffee brew is your calculations matter. So if you have been feeling unseen, you're behind the scenes, you're doing the work, you're making the adjustments, you're solving problems, but because you're not center stage, you question whether it counts. Listen, that's me also. You know, all the efforts and stuff that you put into it, is it counting? I believe it is. I do. You may not see results immediately, but I believe being consistent, showing up, doing what you know you are purposed to do, continue to pour into purpose. Okay. And you will begin to see the fruits of your labor. So, the work no one applauds is often, I want you guys to hear this closely. The work no one applauds is often the work that holds everything together. And what you think is small may be mission critical. Hold on to that when you start thinking that no one is acknowledging you, okay? So, and you know what? Right now we're at our new sponsored segment with Teresa Merritt Watson and her Blacks in Fact of the Day. Listen, Black History Month goes way beyond just February, the shortest month of the year. Every single episode, we are going to highlight a Black fact because we need to know who we are as a people and all the amazing and incredible contributions we have made to society, to this world. Okay. Yes, we, Black people. All right. So let's focus on today. I'm going to pull her up. Catherine Doctor, let me put some respect on her name. Dr. Catherine Johnson. She is our Blacks in Fact for the day, and she's a mathematical calculations. Her mathematical calculations helped NASA land astronauts on the moon. And if anybody has seen the story Hidden Color, I mean, yes, Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures, Taraji P. Henson played her in the movie that talks about, yes, this Black woman and her mathematical genius helped NASA land astronauts on the moon. Okay. So pretty much you can find this also information in the Black Sin calendar that's in the background, and I'll pull that up afterwards. But let me just tell you why she aligns with our story today, with our coffee brew today. She wasn't on the spacecraft, she wasn't in front of a camera, but without her calculations, the mission would have not launched safely. So we don't have to have lights on us. We don't have to be in front of cameras to make significant contribution to history. No, she used her brilliance, her precision, strategic, and it was essential. Something all these men could not do. Mm. Thank God she had such a boldness And thank God she was just brilliant in what she did to be able to assist and make it possible. And now she is definitely a part of our history. Dr. Catherine Johnson, please go look her up. Whenever we give these Black Sin facts, these are just quick tips to just open you up to our genius and what we've contributed. But don't stop here. Okay. Definitely go do the research, get more information. All right. So, yes, we definitely honor her and we thank her for her contributions to the culture, to society, and just her brilliant mind. When you think mathematics, it's like, ooh, so much that can be done with that, right? Not for me though. So let's get into our next pour into purpose segment. Pour into purpose. Yes. So let's talk about precision builds power. Every lesson you've learned, every mistake corrected is data, information. So don't be so quick to dismiss things, right? Data becomes your direction. So if you think about right now, as you're building right now your own vision, your own purpose, your own legacy, and you think about the mistakes that you've made, oh my gosh, the decisions, that was not the right decision. But you know what? What did you learn from it? What did you learn from it that will help you move forward? Okay. And if the pain was painful enough, you definitely know, like, I don't want to go through that again. So keep that in mind. Every lesson you've learned, every mistake you corrected is data, is data, is data. And it's a part of your story. Yes, the power of your story, right? Behind the scenes does not mean behind impact. Some of your greatest influence will come from what you refine quietly. For years, I operated behind the scenes. I didn't want to be in the forefront. Do you know it took years, honestly, struggling to sit in front of a camera, to sit with lights. This to do this, it took years because I've always operated successfully behind the scenes. So here we are in front of this camera. You just feel naked and exposed, you know? But here we are. And so, o- okay, come on, get it again. I tell you, it only happens during this time. But we're gonna buy, even though I can't see a video and I see myself just stuck. All right, are we back? Are we back? I have to tell you, it's a little embarrassing. It is. Well, okay, hopefully it'll come right back. Okay, here we go. Comments, if you can hear me, it's better. I don't know. Are we? Yeah, I see myself now moving. We're back in it. We're back in it. I do apologize, but no power. We're not giving it any power. But let's talk about as we pour into purpose. Once again, behind the scenes does not mean behind impact. Some of your greatest influence will come from what you refine quietly. Your experience, this is the final pour, okay? Thank you guys for sticking in there. As you know, we deal with these technical issues. I can't believe after going through all that, getting new internet, that we still dealing with these technical issues. But your experiences are formulas. So what you survived, what you solved, what you navigated, those are blueprints, not accidents. It's all a part of your story. I don't want you to just dismiss it, because you can turn what you've gone through into your power, into your strength to help others. You can. So I know there are things in our lives we absolutely don't want to think about. We want to be healed. We want to go grow through it. We want to be done with it. But it doesn't dismiss. It's still a part of your story, your journey, your story. Just know how to tap into the power and the pain, the successes, the wins, the losses that you may have gone through, and see how that can be shaped into really being able to help others in so many different formats. And that's what we teach. That's what we teach over in our school community. All right. So, listen, that actually was a segue right into it. So those things, like I said, let me say it to you one more time. Your experiences are formulas. What you survived, what you solved, what you navigated, those are blueprints, not accidents. And inside our Builders Lab, let me just pull this up for you, okay? Because the Builders Lab is officially open. But inside our Builders Lab, where you can gain free access, the power of one story. We're right now going through our strategic activation, okay? So, in going through our strategic activation, we don't ignore the math of your life, okay? We calculate it, we structure it, and we turn it into your intellectual property. That's the thing I think people miss, because when you don't think about all that you've gone through and the story that's being created, your life story, the power of your story. I don't think, in a lot of instances, people may not think that, how does it become my intellectual property? What can be created from my story? It was hell, it was pain. Diana, I don't, if you're still here in the comments and stuff, Diana, when I think about all that you've gone through with the power of your story, the power of your story, and all that you've gone through is now in 3 books. You have spoken, people have connected with you just by you sharing the power of your story. People have connected with you all over the world regarding the power of your story. And that's just one lane, right now, being able to just dialogue. And I know you're showing up more, really being able to connect with people that can relate to your stories. And so it's just incredible. Do not dismiss the power of your story. Don't dismiss it, okay? But yes, the lab is open. Officially, it is free for you to join Morning Brew with Germaine, our school community, which is definitely an extension off of this. Yes, Diana, let me just TGBTG. Amen. Absolutely. Girl, I appreciate you for allowing me to just go through the journey with you. Even when it was trying to be shut down, how you couldn't even put your name on your story. That's what was told to her from another publisher before she encountered Hope of Vision, coming and joining our HOV publishing family. But it was told she couldn't put her name on her story. How do you rob someone of their experiences, of their journey, of their pains, the pain and the suffering and all that she endured as a little child, to once again try to reject her and tell her that she can't own her story that she lived? Who does that? Companies, honestly. This was another publisher. and I can feel myself getting a little passionate right now, but you already, again, I feel you, girl. I feel you. I feel you. Again, it's like, you want to violate me again, all over again, that I can't put my name on what I went through? Ooh, it's a real problem. You see what happens? Intellectual property, what happens is when you created it, that's your story. You have the right to write and tell your story, right? But when you get ready to align it with someone else that don't understand your story, don't understand your vision, your purpose, don't understand what you're looking to accomplish, but when you align with them, they want to shut it down and tell you you can't own it. You can't own your own story. You can't even identify by putting your name on your own story. That's a real problem for me. And I guess that's why God put me in this space and allow publishing to be part of my journey, what's in my wheelhouse, to really be able to create these platforms to allow people to have a voice, to hear their voice and to share their story. Understand the power of your story. I'm going to say that. I'm going to invite you in. It's really up to you. If you decide you want to come in, screen is still black. Whew. But God led me to you. And you've been with me for almost 15 of the 18 years I've been in business. Yeah, love it. Family. I tell you, and that's what we build. Community. We're building a family. So I've before listen, my whole spot in that. So right now, yep, I'm still frozen. I still see me frozen, trying to navigate and move around. Um, I don't even know. Here we go. Here we go. We're back. So let me kind of bring this to a close, okay? So once again, our reflection questions I like to leave to guys. Thank you so much for just staying in there. For those over on Facebook, thank you so much for chiming in. I am so sorry if you are experiencing these technical difficulties that I'm experiencing, but you know what? I realize we're gonna push ourselves all the way through because there's power in our story. Okay. All right. So our reflection questions that I would like to share with you. The first one is, what problem have I solved repeatedly that others still struggle with? What problem have I solved repeatedly that others still struggle with? Not you. You've solved it repeatedly, but others still struggle with it. Think about that. Number two, in my experiences are formulas. Oh, if my experiences are formulas, what result could they produce for someone else? Yes, my experiences, when I think about over the 18 years of publishing people's stories, that is a result for someone else. When I think about just talking, Diana, thank you, you sharing your story and even your comments. and even the pains. And I know even when we get together and we talk about it, it still gets emotional for both of us. But when I think about that, Leslie, when I think about your stories and you bringing together these beautiful 7 women to talk about their journey, their stories, and you becoming my first number one best-selling author, it's pretty much this is set up. It's not just for me. It is really me pouring into purpose and allowing others to pour with me into their purpose, and then being able to stand in it, to walk in it, to be in it, to live it for others to be blessed by it. So when I think about my experiences, all that I've learned over, starting out young, entering into the retail space, management, entering into the music industry, and working with people, it's always been centered around people's stories, empowering, helping, trying to see, learning all I can to create and be a part of one's journey by us taking this pathway together. And at the end, we all win. That's what it's about. And that's what happens. So, yes, all right. So, guys, those are the 2 questions I want you to take with you. And on that, we are coming into our final sip. And in our final sip, I just want to pull up some things before we close out. But I want to say that Dr. Katherine Johnson didn't need the spotlight to change history. She needed accuracy, she needed courage, she needed belief in her own calculations. And so do you. So before we actually close out, Leslie, Jesus Christ movement is powered by stories. Amen. Parables. I was just thinking about that today when I was preparing for going live. But I was thinking about that. When you read the stories in the Bibles, those are parables. They're all centered around stories. Stories. The core is around stories. I've just I just believe God has given me an assignment to become an architect to help others build on really understanding and gaining clarity for the power of their story. That's it. So we're builders. Carpenters, huh? We're builders. We're going to build on our stories, the power of our stories. And you know what? It extends across all genres, it extends across all platforms. Everybody, everybody has a story. Everybody. So, but thank you, Leslie. Thank you for that. Let me just put that up on the screen so others can see. All right. So now listen, before we actually wrap this up in our final sip, you know how I like to leave a few things with you. I do want to say once again, Blacks in Calendar is available. And out of this calendar, it's available under Blacks in.com. And let me see if I have that on a banner that I can just put back up on the screen. I do, if you want to go over there and purchase your calendar. But this is where I am extracting all of our Blacks in facts from Teresa Merritt Watson's calendar and her amazing creator, imagery, layout, everything. Gerard. Yes. Harmon. Absolutely beautiful. So, but yes, that's where I'm pulling our facts from. And I've partnered with her to do so in our morning brew segment. And just let me just show you real quick. This is the back cover, just so you get an idea of each month and what you can expect. Okay. All right, then. So now, before we go into our final segment, you guys gonna join me over on TikTok? Join me over at 12:30 on TikTok. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Yes, like I said, it is unscripted. It is really from the heart. I'm concerned, and I know you are too. A lot of things that we're dealing with. So this is a space for us. Let's talk about it. I really want to talk about it. So for lunch, this is our lunch break. 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Join me. You hear me? As I me like this questions. But I really want to hear from you because that's okay. Guys, listen, I'm gonna wrap this up, but I just got kicked out of my studio. I'm back here, but I hope you got all that. And our final sip, I want you to sip slow, acknowledge the precision in your journey. I want you to stir intentionally, okay? If you have not already, I want you to um let me see. Hold on. If you have not already, I want you to go ahead over into our school community and I want you to be able to join the school community. Um, Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to close. Okay. All right. I want you to join the school community. Scrolling across the bottom at school.com/ morning brew with Germaine. Go ahead and join. It's my gift to you. It's free. It's free to join, and it's also free to go into the classroom and enter into our builders lab and start getting some information that can really help you really discover the power in your story and how that can show up in the world, okay? And then also share the brew. Share the brew. Send this to someone who's behind the scenes and encourage them to let them know their work does matter. And I'm going to encourage you because if you are someone that's working behind the scenes and you are making things happen, you are solving problems, then I definitely want to encourage you. I want to celebrate you and I want to tell you to continue forth because if you don't think it's being seen, your work will always show up and be seen for you, even when you don't think so. So, on that note, guys, whatever you do today, please be safe. Have a safe journey today. And you know what? Think about those questions that I left with you. All right. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.